Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and today I am your only host again, guys, as we start another week, week 7 of the podcast. We have 2 weeks left. 2 weeks today is the final. We're going to make it. We're going to get through this without a doubt. Without a doubt, we're going to get through it. So, big thank you as always. Dave sends his apologies, guys. He just can't make it at all on today's episode. Just work's taking him away. So, you've got me again. And I couldn't send the SOS signal out to Joe. So, if you are listening, Joe, I haven't binned you off because you have had such good feedback. It just simply was a last minute thing. So, I do appreciate everyone tuning in and just a bit of feedback as well. Are people happy with it just being me, throwing these sort of single episodes out there, or would you rather wait until we were both back together? So yeah, you'll have to send us in some messages, whatever you think. I'm happy to do these things, but obviously some people tune in for Dave, some people tune in for me, and somewhere in the middle we have everyone listening in and, hopefully enjoying the podcast. So yeah, any feedback, welcome on that, guys. But I do enjoy doing them, and I won't stop unless you tell me that I'm rubbish. So that's fine. But anyway, Love Island episode 41, is it? I think something like that, or 42. So we've got the Casey and Claudia whole relationship. I'm not still buying it. Not that, I don't necessarily think she's faking the tears, but I think it's exactly what she needed. So it's in like the public's interest with her. But I think at the moment, reading a lot of the stuff online, I love to gauge like the official Love Island channel. I know online social media stuff can be toxic and that, but the consensus is about 20% like Claudia and this storyline. Well, maybe not just like Claudia, but just this, are they buying into the storyline? And 80% are just like, not a chance. This is so fake. It's just boring as a couple. I think the problem is for me is because, we've said this over a few episodes about these two, especially on the last episode, it was so formulaic. It was put together because everyone else has had a storyline and everyone seems comfortable now, despite all that nonsense with Shaq and Tanya. From nowhere, they were back together in the last episode, and you're like, well, that was a complete fucking waste of my time and everyone else's. These two, I just don't think they're strong enough of a couple. I don't think there's any believability in the relationship. Claudia is so upset. I'm like, and for me personally, we're not in that pressure cooker of the show. I know that. The cynic in me is like, oh, this is nonsense. But I get it. We're not there. We know the days seem longer. Everyone's together in this environment. But I've just not seen any spark between them. I've seen nothing. Casey is a blagger. He's a player. He's played everyone. He's done it with a smile on his face. So he's sort of got under the radar, as we said in the last episode. And I'm not that bothered. I think Rosie's fake. I think her speech when she was talking to Tanya and one of the other girls on the sofas was just so producer-led. It was like, let's have a chat. And she was going like, I want to speak to her and pull her and all this. And it was so crap, basically, if I'm being honest. It was crap and boring and just sort of like, don't care. Even when Casey and Claudia are having a chat, there doesn't seem to be anything between them. I thought it was a little bit strange. Claudia was sort of giving him an ultimatum, and I think Casey was right in saying, look, I've only spoke to her 3 times, had proper chats. He was sort of respectful. He wanted to sort of cuddle up to Rosie. I think personally that Claudia is not his type, and I just don't think he knows how to tell her. He doesn't want to carry it on. I don't think even Rosie is. I think Rosie's his get out of jail card at the moment, just so he's got an excuse to sort of close that off. I still think that we're going to get a 2-day redemption arc and they'll get back together. She's gone in the daybed, as I predicted, #reality radar. So that's already started. Is he going to join her? Are we going to see it? I potentially could be slightly wrong on that, which, as we know, is obviously very rare, guys, that I get something wrong on this show and my predictions. But also, it's sort of, no, I don't know. I think we've played this game too long now, watching Love Island. I feel as I've seen it so many times, and you just get these random couples nobody cares about. They're not going to win it. They'll be lucky to be in the top 4, if I'm being honest. So I just cannot see where the public cares in this relationship, whether you like Claudia, you don't like Casey, or you like Casey, like Claudia. I just don't think there's enough buy-in from everybody. And I think with everything that's gone on over the last week or so, and it's been, pretty good episodes, this was a pretty crappy episode. This has gone back to how it was before Casa Amor and the movie night and everything. We have got Snog, Marry and Pie on tomorrow's episode, so that's going to be interesting because you do reveal a couple of things there. It seems to be all played for fun. There was no VTs of any drama at the moment, so that's probably it. Are we going to get some new bombshells? Usually, they sometimes throw them in. If they're going to do that, I think it would be the start of next week, and then they sort of get booted out pretty quick. So unless they do a Greg with Amber and absolutely steal the money in lastminute.com because of her popularity, I'm not sure. But yeah, I just think Claudia and Casey, I'm not bothered one bit about where they go if they get back together. This Rosie character, I don't think she's got a lot going on for her personally, in my opinion. Keenan, he's sharing a bed with Claudia. I think they may be more suited. They're geographically, they live not that far from each other. That's not always a reason to get with someone, but I don't know. I'm just really bored of the whole thing, if I'm being honest. And I think we've got to week 7 and the same stuff is happening. And we said it episode after episode. I'm not going to keep moaning and groaning about that. But yeah, these two couldn't give two flying fucks, if I'm being honest. Now, one of the upturns of the episode, and I've got to give someone who I've given a lot of stick a bit of praise, and that was Ron. And Ron pulls Lana, has a chat, and then asks her to be his girlfriend. We didn't get fucking Hunter's slipper. We didn't get all the fucking Muppets around the villa with fucking pieces of card, Bob Dylan style. Follow me to the bathroom. Follow me into the shower. Oh, no, that's a different movie. Sorry. That's a different show. Follow me into the swimming pool. All that fucking crap. We don't need any of that. Ron asked her, seemed pretty sweet. It was actually a turn up for the books. I was quite impressed that he did it that way instead of the other bollocks way where the producers have been involved and it just seems so fake. And, the girl always pretends that she hasn't noticed that something's going on in this villa and that they're locked away in a room somewhere. And then we get this whole nonsense charade. So, yes, a fair play. However, I'm going to do the Lana impression because I've been requested this by Lorraine. She's asked us to do the Lana impression. And the one thing that not got my back up, but it pricked my ears up, I was like, are you sure? So Lana simply said, yeah, I really predicted this from day one. I knew we were going to be together. And I just, I knew that me and Ron would be a couple. No, Lana, you did not. Because fucking Ron had you in floods of tears nearly every episode for nearly 4 fucking weeks because we were bored fucking senseless of him absolutely taking the piss out of you. We all stuck up for you and yet you still got with him. So, Ron had something that you want. There is a connection. You can see it. They're kissing each other. There's genuine affection, unlike Casey and Claudia. So maybe we're wrong. And we've had this before. It doesn't come across well sometimes on the screen. But when they're actually together as a couple, it obviously does. So hopefully, now the boyfriend and girlfriend, things do work out. But I wasn't buying any of that horse shit from Lana that it was meant to be. It wasn't fucking meant to be. It was only meant to be when Ron decided it was, and that was pretty much when Casey come in and he actually thought, shit, I've got to compete for you now, and made it into a game. So let's not fucking sugarcoat that one, eh? It's not all fucking Romeo and Juliet. Absolute bullshit. So anyway, we had that. Yeah, and I think really that was it for the episode. It concentrated a lot on Claudia, Casey, and Ron and Lana. Oh, we did have the game Saints v Sinners. And I've got to say, I do think some of the guys had fucking socks going on down there. Not that I probably should have been looking, but there was a few cod pieces going on down there, guys. And I'll be honest with you, I probably would have done the same because them fucking trunks left nothing for the imagination. They really didn't. So fair play, ridiculous game. Everyone seemed to be having a lot of fun by the end of it. Everyone was having a good laugh, soaking each other and messing, but they're just crappy games, aren't they? Throw, the devil's spear thing or a staff, whatever it is. Yeah, the end. Anyway, so this probably will be a short one, but I have got some emails, guys. The first email's from Macy. When did Love Island get so shit? Dear Chris and Dave, I'm a long-time listener and first-time emailer and I adore your show, but I'm begging you to please stop covering Love Island. I couldn't agree with you more that this season has been a massive waste of all our time, but I know that as long as you are podding, it'll keep me coming back. Like many others, you guys are the only reason I've wasted 40 precious hours of my year on this shit. I do, however, pretty much agree with every word that comes out of your mouth, other than the fact I kind of like Jessie. So please never stop being cynical. On a more serious note, I am marathon training, and you two have kept me going through the tough times. Even though I've promised myself I wouldn't do it again, yesterday I cram-watched 4 episodes of the new Maths to have enough of your pod to carry me through half I ran today. And you're so right. It's a cracking series, and you guys are the cherry on top. Bring on the rest of the series, and thanks for keeping me entertained, Macy. P.S. Me and my boyfriend are huge reality addicts, and prompted by the US traitors, have started watching the original Survivor that started in 2000. Have you guys watched that? It's fucking amazing. We're on Series 6 and can't get enough. Highly, highly recommend. And if you love Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I do, you're going to love Real Housewives of New York. It doesn't get much better. Now, I will say, Macy, I've watched Real Housewives of New York. I've jumped in and out of that. Sam's been on that from the start, so I do know pretty much all the characters, and Beverly Hills has been outstanding. We're on Series 11 now, so we've only got one more to go. And yeah, that has brought the drama. My favourite one of all of them was Married to Medicine, closely followed by New Jersey, which there is a Housewives of New Jersey. It's just started again, and it's on Hey You and Prime in the UK. So we've got a couple of episodes stacked up there, but we'll be catching up with all them lunatics, Teresa Giudice and all the other guys who are on that show. So cannot wait for that one. So thank you. What a great email as well. And, keep going with your marathon training. We do appreciate all your support. Second email's from our good friend Denise, and she says, is Claudia the new Amber Gill? We better prepare ourselves. They're giving Claudia the Amber Gill plotline. None of the couples we think will win, and they, the producers, are holding back some golden Adonis to come in. Heal Claudia's broken heart and make the viewers support her all the way to winning. You just don't put in a famous daughter to have her leave the villa empty-handed. Thoughts, Denise? Well, that's an interesting take, actually, Denise, because it could possibly be the play, without a doubt. I've got no problem with that. I think the only thing I'd say is, really, Carl Fogarty's a celeb, and he won I'm a Celebrity like over here and in the UK and stuff, but I only know his daughter because she used to go out with that Jake Quickenhall, or Quickenden, what he's called, he's been on all sorts of shows. I mentioned at the start of the series when she first came in, and she was on a reality show with him when he left I'm a Celeb. But I wouldn't say she's massive, unless she's massive on Instagram. I don't follow her. I don't really know a lot about her. So potentially, but that could be the play. And with only 2 weeks to go, that's something to look out for. So I will hold judgment on that, Denise. But thank you again for a great email. Now, as always, guys, please email in if you want to contact us. Any feedback, welcome. As always, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. As always, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are going to get to 1,000 people on that Facebook page, guys, slowly but surely. So please come over there if you can. Come and join us. You need to be approved. It's usually myself or Dave or Charlene will approve you. Come over, join the chat. There's plenty of stuff on there. All the maths episodes are being posted daily as well, guys. So anyone from the UK, if you don't want to wait till next Monday, because officially it is next Monday, as we know we got it wrong and said it's the 21st of Feb. It's actually the 6th of March on E4, so a week today. But also, every episode has been posted by our great friend Tom Lowe on there. So if you do search down, pretty much all 17, 18 episodes of maths are on there and somewhere on the timeline of our Facebook page. So if you do want to support us, guys, get over to patreon.com/CDRealityCast. So today's roll call of honour is Helen, Alex, Macy, Nicholas, Maeve, Emma, Fiona, Cassie, Megan, Kate, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Chloe, Noreen, Joanna, Libby, Katie, Dee Dee, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Tracy, Lauren, Lucky Lulu Green, and Kent Gustafson. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. That list is getting bigger and bigger, which is testament to you guys for supporting myself and Dave. So thank you so much for all that. It's really good here. So again, as I said at the top of the show, are you happy with me doing these daily ones if Dave isn't available? Please get in contact with me. Whatever you think, I'll carry on doing them. I do appreciate it. And if we can get somebody on like Joe, who's a great, great co-host, then we will do. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow. We'll have another maths episode out as well today. Yeah, see you then. Bye.